Okay, this video is all about the glutes again. We will be doing one of my most loved Pilates exercises, the shoulder bridge, and doing different variations of it over the course of the session. So go ahead and come down onto your mat and come down into the middle. Arms stretched out, spine nice and tall, big breath in, and then as you're breathing out, just roll yourself down onto the floor and let your head and shoulders rest onto the ground. Bring your arms down either side of your body. Now bring your feet a little closer back in towards your bum. Now we want the feet to be about hip width apart to begin with, and we're just going to get into that nice neutral pelvis position. So starting off just with some pelvic tilts. Okay, so breathe in, prepare, and then as you breathe out, I want you to tilt the pelvis back. This means you're pressing your lower back down into the floor and you feel your glutes almost lifting off the ground a little. Then as you breathe in, it's the opposite. Press the glutes quite hard down into the floor and feel a little curve, a little lifting of your lower spine up off the ground. What we don't want is an over curve where you're getting a really big gap in the middle and a big arching and flaring of the ribs. So this is more just down in this pelvic area. Okay, so breathing out, tilting back, thinking always of the belly button coming back in as well with your out breath, and then breathing in, a little pelvic tilt forwards. Good. Okay, one more just with the pelvic curl, and then we're going to, on this next one, lift the hips up. So breathe out, tilt your pelvis back. Then squeezing into the glutes, start to lift your glutes up off the floor, then lift your lower back up, then your middle section of the spine, and then hold, breathing in as you rest in this upper position, squeezing the glutes, squeezing everywhere. And then on your out breath, roll back down again, feeling each vertebra reconnect down onto the floor. Breath in as you get your little pelvic curl again to neutral. Breathe out, tilt back and lift. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breathe in and lower. Good, we're going for 6 of these. We're doing everything in sets of 6. Okay, so this is number 3. And not worrying about how high you're getting, just trying to really get that curl of your spine as you lift off the ground and as you roll back down onto the mat. Okay, 4 more. Sorry, I should have said 2 more. We had done 4. This is your last one. Good. And lower. Okay, now we're going to come up again and this time hold it there. So hold in the upper position and do 6 little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lower back down. And then one last one. Breathe out, tilt up. And just hold, squeezing really nice and hard for the count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Lovely, good. Just let the knees kind of rock from side to side. In between, you might feel like giving the knees a little hug in to your tummy or chest as well. Okay, then feet back down onto the floor again. Now we're going to repeat all of that, but we're going to be coming up onto our tiptoes. Okay, so you have your heels lifted off the ground to begin. Now you might need to bring your toes a little closer in towards the bum again. You can play around and see how all of this feels. So just as before, 6 normal, 6 pulse, and then we'll finish with a hold for 6. So breathe in, and then on your out breath, Tilt the pelvis back, curl up, breathe in at the top, and then lower down. You can see how different this feels just by starting on your tiptoes. Good, and just keep on flowing up and down. Keep on squeezing everything that can be squeezed. And if you're getting any cramp or anything in your feet, just have a little rest, and you could go back to just doing ordinary curl-ups with your heels still down on the ground if you prefer. That's 4 done, we have 2 more. Trying to get the counting right this time. Good, and last one. Okay, now keep up on your tiptoes for me if you can. We're going to come up again and do 6 little pulses. Ready? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and keep up this time, no resting, holding up for the count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Good, now heels down, you might want to stretch the legs out a little bit, let the knees rock from side to side again. Just have a little moment of rest and stretch in between. Okay, now we're going to do that again, so 6 normal, 6 pulse and 6 hold, but this time with one leg lifted. So if you have your right leg pointed up towards the ceiling, you want to bring your left foot slightly more into the center just to help you with your balance. So just about an inch or a centimeter or so. Okay, just a little bit. You play around and see what feels good for you. Now again, breathe in, prepare. Then on your out breath, roll back, lift, breathe in, and breathe out on the way down. Good, and again. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now you probably won't get as much height with this one leg lifted. That's perfectly fine. Still keep it nice and slow. And lower, halfway there. 3 more of these ones to go. Bend that right knee if you need to a little, if it's too hard to hold the leg fully extended. Good, 2 more. Okay, keep that right leg pointing up. Come up and do 6 little pulses. So lift and pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can hold it for the count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Brilliant. Lower your right foot down. Give that left knee a little hug in. Give your right knee a little hug in. And now you've guessed it, we have to do that all again, but with the left leg pointing upwards. Okay, so big breath in. Keep checking in with those shoulders. Watch they don't start to creep up too much towards the ears. Okay, breath in. Then on your out breath, still getting that pelvic curl, that pelvic tilt. Lift, breathe in at the top. And then breathe out to lower back down, feeling each vertebra reconnect. Play around with where that right foot is on the ground. Do you need it closer in towards your bum? Do you need it a little further away? Good, squeezing. Lovely, 2 more to go. And last one. Good. Now come up and do your 6 little pulses. Lift, hold, pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now see if you can hold up for another count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Well done. Good. Give each knee a nice little hug in to your chest. Okay, now we're going to start with the feet in a wider position. So if you bring your heels out and then your toes out, so your feet are pointing out like this, and your heels are kind of at the edge of your yoga mat, and your toes are actually off the yoga mat, okay? So this is your start position. Now we're gonna do those 6 normal, 6 pulse and 6 hold again, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1, breath in. Then on your out breath, we still have that nice curl back, and then lift. You'll feel the outer, those muscles around the outside of your glutes really working with this. Breath in, and then lower down again. Still trying to get that spine curling down and feeling each vertebra lift off as we lift up. Hold, squeeze, breathe in, and then lower down. And tilt back. Lovely. Third one, here we go. If you feel that your feet are too wide and this is causing cramp or any sort of discomfort, just bring them a little smidge closer in together. You're never stuck in one position. You can always alter things. So never feel like you have to stay completely where you are. Okay, this is the last one, I think. Squeeze, breathe in, and breathing out on the way down. Good. Now we're coming up for our pulses. Roll, lift, hold here. Let's pulse for 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold in that upper position, squeezing for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Okay, lovely. All right, now bring your toes more in so that they are kind of parallel with your feet, but your feet are still wider than the hip width, so still right out at the edges of your mat. Good. Now breath in, then on your out breath, tilt back, lift the hips up, and then we're just going to bring the knees in together without letting the hips drop, and then open and lower. Good. Tilt forwards every time you touch back down, then tilt back and lift, hold, hips stay lifted, close the knees together, don't worry if they don't quite touch, then open wide again and lower down. Good. 4 more of those. Lift, close, open and lower. Good. 3 more. Lift, close, open and lower. Checking in with those shoulders. Good. Last 2 now. Lovely, and last one. Lift, and we're going to close the knees and open, and then repeat that 6 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, open again, and lower back down. Lovely. Give both of your knees a nice hug in. Okay, one more round. So similar to what we've just done, but instead of the feet being wide, we're going to bring the feet completely together. So feet and knees now are touching. Okay, start with a little pelvic curl. Get ready for how that feels in this position. And then breathe in, prepare. On your out breath, tilt pelvis back and then lift, keeping the knees squeeze together. You really feel your inner thighs working now. Squeeze into your glutes, breathing in, and then breathe out to lower back down. Again, we're not worrying about how high you're lifting. Go more by how it all feels rather than what it looks like. And slowly does it. And squeezing everything. Really squeeze into those inner thighs. You'll be feeling this in your bum and down in your legs. Good, 3 of those done, 3 to go. Really nice to spend some time working on all of these glute muscles. As I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel like I am sitting down so much more than I did a few months ago when I was running around everywhere. Good, we'll do one more for luck. I think I lost count, but we'll always do one more for luck. Okay, then we're going to come up and do our 6 pulses and then hold for 6. Good, so lift, squeezing into glutes and thighs and pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then hold, squeezing, squeezing for the count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try not to let your knees fall apart in that final hold. Okay, good. Now the last little bit is we're going to lift up and open the knees in this position. So breath in, prepare, and then out breath. Tilt your pelvis back, lift up. Now hold here, open the knees wide, close the knees together and curl back down. Tilt. Good. Tilt back. Lift. Open the knees wide as you can. Back in, squeeze knees together as you curl back down. Good. 4 more of those. Open together, squeezing together all the way down. Little tilt at the bottom. Good. Let's do the last 3. Keep the breath flowing. Good. Last 2 now. Squeeze, open. Then squeeze back together, lower down, and last 1. Now before we roll down, we're going to do 6 final open and closes. Ready? 1, squeeze, 2, squeeze, 3, together, 4, together. Keep your hips lifted, 5, together, 6, together, good, and then lower down, lovely, and just give both the knees a nice hug in, well done, and then just a little bit of stretching. So if you put your right foot over onto your left knee and just push that right knee away. Then if you can, lift your left foot off the floor, reach through behind the left thigh, pull the legs back in. You can use a towel or a resistance band or a belt or something to reach through and pull back if you don't have the mobility to reach through with your hands. And feel free to linger in these stretches a bit longer if they're feeling good. If not, we'll just swap over the legs now. So left foot comes over onto your right knee. Just press the left knee away for a moment. Then lift your right foot off the floor, bringing it in towards the body, pulling back as best you can. Good. Then I am going to grab my resistance band just for some hamstring stretches to finish. So if you put the band, or if you don't have a band, you know, your tights or a belt or something around the foot, and then around your right foot, have your right leg up towards the ceiling. Left knee can be bent, or you can stretch that left leg out along the floor. You can feel that already stretch into your hamstring. And then just very gently use the band and your breath. So moving as you breathe out. Just try and pull that right leg back towards you. Now you can have a little bit of a bend in the knee and still feel a good stretch down into your hamstring. Okay, then we'll swap over, do the left leg, but like I said, feel free to linger in these stretches for a little longer if they're feeling good for you. Brilliant. Breathing out and pulling further back. Muscles relax as you breathe out. So that's always the best time to push deeper into the stretch. Brilliant. And that's you done. Well done. Lots of good work for the old bums there. So yeah, feel free to come back to this anytime, and I really hope you enjoyed.